What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the top 5 Class C ships you can steal and where to find them in all their respectable locations. So let's get to it. Coming in at number 5, we got the Crimson Fleet Wraith. That's going to be found in Celebre here, or at least that is where I found it. And I found it over on the planet on the right side at Celebre 2. And here we go here, they just spawned in. And if you guys are unfamiliar, you will have to take out the other ship, the one that you're not trying to steal, or ships I should say, first, before you can actually capture the ship that you're trying to, because otherwise they're just gonna keep shooting you and it's gonna be impossible. So we're gonna need targeting here. You're gonna have to unlock targeting in your pilot skills, and we'll be taking out their engines. And once you take out their engines, you can dock the ship. You gotta clear out everything inside, including turrets, people, or pirates in this case, Crimson Fleet, all the above. And I started noticing too, a couple of the ships I stole had 0 gravity. It made it a little more tricky. I had never run into that before, but like this one, as you can see, everyone's, in their 0 gravity suits. So there you go, take them all out. You're gonna have to play a little hide and go seek with some of these Crimson Fleet ships, just because they got like ladders and all kinds of levels and whatnot. And there we go, we'll sit in our pilot seat here. And there it is, the Crimson Fleet Wraith 3. Value of 431,000. Class C reactor. 30 level jump, that's pretty good. And this is also a very fast ship. It might be one of the fastest, if not the fastest ship in the game. It's got some speed. So, make sure to make it your home ship. And then since we took it in space, as soon as you exit out of this menu, it's gonna undock you. If you wanna stay in the ship that you showed up in, and you probably do because this one's damaged to hell, then you want to redock. And once you redock, you can make your other ship that you use to commandeer that ship your home ship. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Autobon. Now there are different versions of this ship, and I'll show you one of the ones that I found here and how you can actually steal it. I think a lot of people are unaware that you can even steal this ship. So I found this on Hawking's 4A on this moon here. Just land anywhere. Some people say that the darker side of the moon is better. I don't know if that really makes a difference, but I did get pretty lucky here. This was the first spawn I had, and if you don't have any ships spawn, just re-land. And also, if you're not getting the ship that you want, make sure when you exit the ship that you see an autosave in the top right. And if you don't, you want to do a quick save real quick. You should probably turn on autosave on travel. We ran over to our ship, and it's going to say it's a Freestar Autobon 2. We're going to head inside. And talk to this lady here. She's the captain.
You got here early. Wasn't expecting you so soon.
So she thinks you're a smuggler that she's waiting on. So just lie and say, no, I'm on time, you're late.
They must have changed the times up. The bosses can be paranoid like that. Well, I've got the package on me. All you need to do is deliver it.
And then just be like, yeah, I got this.
Here, deliver it on time. Shouldn't be a problem, seeing as you're ahead of schedule.
So essentially you just start a quest, you're impersonating the smuggler. And if you see here, there's not even an option to sit in this seat to steal the ship. Like, they don't even give you the option. So in order to get around this, what we can do is we can set up an outpost. And in my case, I wasn't able to set up an outpost because my planetary skills were not high enough. So if you see here, you're looking for planetary habitation. And I think in this case, I just needed it to be 1 level. So I tried to unlock all of my skill points to get it up, and it was still bugging out. It wouldn't let me set an outpost. So as an alternative method, what you can do is you can just go travel to another planet and then travel back to that same moon. So go back to that moon, find your landing location, and then you can just run back over to the starship. And the reason people use outposts is because you can just put one next to it and then you're closer. But in this case, I was able to pull out my scanner and find the ship landing site and just fast travel over to it. So here you'll enter the ship, and you're gonna notice that no one's on the ship. I mean, I don't know why this happens, but you know, maybe they're out at lunch. I don't know. But as you can see here, now you can actually sit down in the pilot seat. And we got ourselves a Freestar Autobon 2. Not too bad. 30 light year jump, 850 shield. And the other type of Autobon, which is interesting, is the UC Autobon. So this one has kind of a separating bridge. It's in like 2 sections here, as you can see. This is the UC Autobon. I found this one on a moon in Hyogens and in one of my other videos. I'll link that in the top right if you guys want to check that out. So exit your ship. And what I like to do is just fast travel to my ship on the star map. It's actually going to take you to the ship that you showed up in, and it's going to kind of glitch you into it. You just have to jump out of the sides, and then you can go back on the inside of your ship, sit in your seat, and then make it your home ship again. The next one here, coming in at number 3, is the Varun Prophecy in Serpentis. So same thing here. You got to take out the other ships that it spawns with. In this case, it was just the Varun Prophecy. So that was nice. Go ahead and take out the engines. Dock your ship once you take out the engines. And same thing, take out all your crew. And then once you take out all your crew, you can actually pilot the ship. We got ourselves a Varun Prophecy 2. And again, that one was in Serpentis system. So not too bad here. Value of 414,000. 29 light year jump, 30 reactor, and unfortunately I couldn't find a Prophecy 3. I looked for like hours. If you guys know of a place where I can find a Prophecy 3, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So coming in at number 2, we got ourselves our Crimson Fleet White. And this one I found in Fermi. I essentially went around in a circle in a clockwise rotation at every single moon and every single planet until I found an encounter, and I actually found multiple White 3s in this system. I thought they would be a lot harder to find than it actually was. So as you can see here, we got a bunch of Crimson Fleet ships that have spawned. And you got to take them all out first. And then we can go after our White 3. Take out the engines, and I just barely didn't destroy that ship. And another thing you can do is if you're struggling with that, you can kind of adjust your difficulty up and down to either easy or hard or whatever. Another thing you'll notice here, I don't know why, but it was, again, 0 gravity. And you sit in your pilot seat here, and apparently Bethesda doesn't have a animation for 0 gravity when you sit in your seat. But anyway, here you go. Crimson Fleet White 3. Reactor 40. This is the biggest reactor that I know of a ship that you can steal. 502,000 in value. Oh, and another thing I'd like you guys to know is in order to find the Mark III ships, you have to be over level 50. If you're not over level 50, you'll only be able to spawn Mark IIs. Well, maybe not only be able to spawn Mark IIs, but it's going to be a lot harder to find the Mark IIIs if you're under 50. And coming in at number 1, we've got our fan favorite, Ecliptic Claymore Mark III. This one I found in also Celebre, level 70 system between these 3 moons, and then also the planet. You can jump around between the 3 moons and the planet. And you will find a Mark III, I guarantee it. It took me about 30 minutes, could take longer. And in this case, it was one of those scenarios where the UC ships were trying to attack the Ecliptic, and I had no choice. I really wanted that Claymore 3, so I ended up just taking out the UC ships. And surprisingly, I didn't get a UC bounty from this. I thought for sure I would get some kind of bounty, but nothing. So in this case, I had to take out all the UC ships and then all the other Ecliptic ships, and then go after that Claymore. And this one, I had to reload a quick save multiple times. It's another thing I'd recommend, using save on travel and then also using quick saves when you find the ship you're looking for, because otherwise you could mess up. You could either destroy the ship or it could destroy you. And then, you know, if you mess up and it's gone, then you have nowhere to go back to. So just use your saves to your advantage. Once again, you take out your engines, and then that's when you're allowed to dock it. So we docked it here. And I really like the layout of the ship. I think a lot of people do. Just because it doesn't have a lot of ladders, and it also has like stairwells. It's also got a really cool main bridge area. So there we go. Ecliptic Claymore 3. This one's got a little less value than the white, coming at 475,000, but just me personally, this is my number 1 ship. It's got good cargo capacity, solid shield, 30 light year jump, pretty good reactor coming in at 38, and I just really love the look of it too. It's a really cool looking ship. So in a later video, I'm probably going to do like some kind of modification video, see if I can upgrade it and make it a really cool ship. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Consider subscribing. And as always, have a wonderful day. Top Gun.